Now, in this presentation, I'd like to do a comparison between cycling and driving. First of all, cars can very easily hurt people. We see this very commonly. It's very easy to seriously injure somebody or kill somebody with a car. Bicycles are generally safer, and the more people switch to bicycles from cars, the safer our roads will become. Whereas cars are making our roads and our world very dangerous. Many thousands of people die from car accidents every year. Secondly, bicycles are completely free to run. They require no fuel at all, whereas cars require fuel. So you're constantly having to pay to travel. Thirdly, bicycle ownership and maintenance is incredibly cheap compared with ownership and maintenance of a car. Car ownership and maintenance is very expensive. You've got the initial cost of buying your car, and then you've got the cost for the tax, the insurance, and so on, and then you've got the maintenance costs when things go wrong or you just require servicing for your vehicle, and then obviously you've got the fuel as well to run it. We're talking like tens or even hundreds more compared with running a bicycle. Also, cycling is good for general fitness. It gives you good blood circulation, and it gives you the ability to just enjoy the outdoors. Whereas excessive car travel causes health problems like obesity, heart problems, asthma, and stress. What's really bizarre is that so many people, because they have this lifestyle of driving everywhere, they're actually lacking the exercise that they need. And so people go to gyms to compensate for that. And these gyms are then running. Gyms need power. And so people are driving to their gyms to get their exercise, which is using burning more fossil fuels, causing more climate change. And then when they get to the gym requires the lighting, the power to run the machines, whereas the same thing could be achieved by just simply riding a bicycle. Cycling is generally fun. Many places that you travel through, you can travel. In many cities, they have dedicated bicycle paths and roads dedicated for bicycles. It's also a way to enjoy the open countryside. It's fun, yeah. A lot of people do cycling for fun. It's a great way to get about. Whereas driving is often stressful and can cause anger and impatience. Some people do enjoy driving, but many people do not. For many people, it's just a necessity for them to get from one place to another. And if they didn't have to drive, they would be way happier. Now, bicycles, although they are slower than cars in general, though not always, however, bicycles rarely get delayed. And so travel times are normally consistent. So if you're traveling from one place to another by bicycle and it's a regular journey that you do, you know how long it takes to get from point A to point B. And it typically always takes the same time. This is because bicycles are narrow, and so they rarely get stuck in traffic. They don't have to. Cyclists can more easily find ways around traffic, ways to avoid it. And if all else fails, a cyclist can actually normally pick up their vehicle and become a pedestrian. So a cyclist can transition from being a cyclist to a pedestrian and back again. So the cyclist has a lot more freedom to get about. Whereas due to their size, cars are slow in heavy traffic and journeys are often delayed. Cars use a lot of road width, which is a bigger disadvantage for them. And when stuck in traffic in a car, you actually have no option but to stay in your vehicle and wait. You can't simply abandon your vehicle. That would be illegal and very inconvenient for everybody else. You actually just have to stay put in your vehicle and just wait for the traffic to move. and that waiting time is no fun at all. Now, cars are noisy and make our neighbourhoods unpleasant, whereas bicycles are quiet. Cars are heavy and inefficient as a means of transport, whereas bicycles are light and an efficient form of travel. A bicycle is one of man's best inventions. This system of gears makes our own human bodies capable of incredible distances and speeds, just from the power of the human body. Car driving is generally restricted to adults, whereas most children from the age of 12 upwards should be able to ride a bicycle. Parked cars use up a lot of space. Car parks take up valuable land, and cars parked on the road are using up space that could be used for travel, whereas bicycles require very little space for parking. A car driver's view is restricted and often has blind spots. They are quite low down on the road, and they typically have a roof over their heads, which is restricting their view of just looking around them. Whereas cyclists from their elevated position get a much clearer view of their surroundings. Seeing more of the surroundings makes the journey more enjoyable, and also having a clearer view helps the cyclist to react better to traffic situations. Now, cars require a lot of raw material and energy to manufacture, which all adds to climate change and other environmental impacts. Bicycles, on the other hand, are much smaller and lighter, so they require less. Cars require a lot of expertise to maintain, typically requiring a professional mechanic, which costs money. Bicycles are much easier to fix. They are much simpler machines, so less can go wrong with them. And even non-professionals can handle many of the maintenance tasks that are required on a bicycle. Although a journey may be quicker by car, it is questionable whether cars actually save time in our lives. Owning a car and living in a car culture means car drivers spend additional time chauffeuring other people around, including their own children. Many parents spend hours of their lives every week driving their children around, whereas in a cycling culture, these children, once they're old enough, are travelling independently, getting themselves from place to place. Cyclists often park their bikes close to their destination, whereas car drivers often have to drive around to find parking, then walk back, which all adds to the journey time. For example, in city centres, this is often the case. In some cases, if there is no parking available at all, the whole trip has to be cancelled. Whereas a cyclist is always guaranteed to find somewhere to leave their bike. For example, there are several lakes and beaches close to where I live, and these are very popular on hot summer days. It's often the case that people who drive by car to these places have to leave because there's just nowhere to park.